I want to hit on how you get your life back through all of this. One of the things that is really tough is we get so wrapped up in the way we think things are supposed to be. We have in our mind that things are supposed to be a certain way, that things are supposed to go down a certain way, and we get totally trapped in it happened to be that way. And when that happens, whenever we do that, a lot of other options, a lot of other opportunities are taken away from us, and we don't get to pursue those. It's really bizarre because oftentimes you find yourself trapped in this mode to where you get vapor locked on a particular solution. I know I've chatted with that before, but I've seen that a lot with people, especially in the beginning of this, because they get so wrapped up or they get so caught up in how things are supposed to be in their mind. It's like, it's supposed to be this way. It's going to go this way. And because of that, we effectively trap ourselves in the situation and don't give ourselves the opportunity to be able to find a way out of it. One of the things I've noticed in my life is every time that I've been able to take a step back and just release whatever's going on or whatever I think is important, things generally seem to calm down. But it's whenever I'm holding on so damn tight that things seem to just fall apart. It's really interesting because in our situation, this is like right in our face. This isn't a small thing. This isn't an abstract comment or concept. It is something that is absolutely in the middle of our face. We're stuck dealing with it. We're trapped, tied to it. And until you're able to take that step back, until you're able to look at it in a different way, it's just lather, rinse, and repeat. Lather, rinse, and repeat. The first 2 years of my divorce were that way. I was fixated that she was supposed to do everything by the court order, and by golly, I was going to do everything in my power to make sure that she did what she was supposed to do, that she was going to be held accountable, that she was going to pay a consequence. The more I dug in, the worse things got for me. And effectively, when you're dealing with a narcissist, the better it is for them because they are just looking for you to fight with them anyways. This is a really tough concept that took me years to figure out. There are a few people along the way who told me I just need to work around her, I need to let things go, all those normal things, but I didn't understand the key little component of that. In my mind, I was stuck with, no, there's got to be a consequence. There has to be some accountability. This can't just be the exact same scenario, just more painful for me. Because in my mind, that's the way I looked at it. I looked at it that I finally left. I was so angry that she had used me for 21 years that I'm like, okay, it's over. You don't get to do that. And effectively what happened is like, oh really? Oh really? She doesn't? And she absolutely did, and continues to this day. But when you stay in that mode to where you can't let that go, you're not letting them off the hook. You're letting you off the hook. You're giving you a break. You're giving you an opportunity to release that anger, to release that frustration, to release that bitterness, to release all of that crap and get part of your life back. It's a really tough concept, and I know it's incredibly hard to do. And as I'm speaking these words, I can recall and I can remember back to the time that this was completely foreign to me. There is no way that I was going to be able to do that. I just couldn't even fathom the idea of doing that. And the problem with that is all of that time that I spent focused on her, focused on wanting to hold her accountable, focused on wanting to see a consequence, it stopped my forward progression. It stopped my momentum of achieving a better life, getting to the place I want to be, achieving the goals that I want to achieve. I was stuck. I was stuck in it. I couldn't move forward. Now, I'm not saying that this is easy, because it's not easy. But I'm not saying that you need to watch this one video and be like, oh, okay, well, I just need to do this. It's a lot more complicated than that, because you have to feel it in your heart. You have to feel it in your soul that it's the right decision for you. The problem that I had when people talked to me about it, when they said, you just need to let it go, you just need to live your life, I couldn't get over the fact of, what about her? What about the consequence? What about the pain that she's caused me that she's not having to feel? Now, I've mentioned in other videos where I believe that they are paying a price, and just for the mere fact that they are stuck in this vicious cycle that they can't get away from, that's their story, that's their thing they're going to have to play with. What they continue to destroy in their life is on them. But once you pivot your focus off of them and onto you, your life starts to improve. Things start to get better. Your perspective starts to change. You start to feel again. You start to have hope again. You start to believe in the possibility of a future again. And that is the key. And that really is the key. That's the pivot point that changes everything. That's whenever you really make a change, when things really start to change and you really start to get your life back. So if you're struggling with this, if what I'm saying, you're like, damn, I'm there right now, know that you have a future to look forward to. You have an opportunity to get to where you want to go. You have an opportunity, and you will get there to where the crap that's happening with your ex no longer matters to you. The crap that's happening with your kids no longer matters to you. You're able to focus on building the best life possible. And if that means you can bring along your kids or bring along other people, that's awesome. And if not, that's still okay. I know that this might be a tough concept to really wrap your head around right now, but I just want to plant that seed. I want you to think about it and just know that there's a possibility, because I will tell you that whenever I was going through this and people would say, you just need to let it go, it didn't make sense. I couldn't wrap my head around what that meant for me, how it would work for me. And I hope that my story can fill that gap for you, to where maybe you can go, you know what, that makes sense. I get it. That makes sense. I can see this. I'm not there yet, but I'll get there. On that, I'm going to wrap this up. If you like this channel, if you think it's helpful for you, please consider hitting the subscribe button, ring the bell notification so you get notified when I post a video, and I will chat with you on the next video. Take care.